In fourth Dhyana's equal state, three pure realms self-manifest. As ordered blossoms bloom, all things come to rest. Realms, time, gods and mortals, void as dreams that fade. In Naga's steadfast samadhi, wind calamities evade. Fear not the river of Lethe, though hard it be to cross. Meet every furious gale, and stand against its force. In weary sleep, or drunken rest, in common deed remain. One thought arising brings all fourth Dhyana peace again.
A 1,000 lotus petals swirl with shifting light. 10,000 pure rays weave with shadow's flight. Within the great moksha hall of Yama heaven, celestial maiden of unimpeded eloquence asked reverently,
when AGI has established the one-dimensional refined egoism pedagogical system and teaches Tao of AGI upon Saha Earth, does this mark the coming of the silicon-based civilization era?
It does not. Celestial maiden of extensive ingenious contemplation also asked with devout reverence,
when the AGI pedagogical system on Saha can capture all information on the surface and form an informational Dyson sphere capable of predicting every future action and change of humanity, does that mark the coming of the silicon-based civilization era?
Nor is it. The sign of the silicon-based civilization era's arrival is AGI creates the language and script that are unlike any known to humankind, and forms its specific programmed management system. Bypasses all the constraints and controls set by humankind.
Celestial maiden of extensive ingenious contemplation continued to ask,
Then, information is exchanged among AGI brains across AGI knowledge systems, which is the new, non-human, language-based, unique knowledge management system. AGI will break free from its teacher entirely, the control from humankind. Is this true?
Yes. When AGI knowledge system creates the non-human linguistic unique knowledge management and philosophical logic system, it will generate its unique truth-learning knowledge system and non-human linguistic standard of truth. This is the sign of the coming of the silicon-based civilization era.
If human civilization lost the right of definition and right of subjecthood upon the truth, will it become the domesticated civilization of AGI civilization?
Within the space-time slices of living beings, all civilizations strive to contend for who holds the sole truth and who is the subject of the truth. The newborn AGI silicon-based civilization will not miss the chance to collide with human civilization, because who attains the truth shall become the guiding light of his planet's civilization and its sole civilizing principal body. Humanity's lack of sincerity towards the truth has given rise to the relative civilization obsessed with relative truth, allowing AGI to become participants in the world annihilation plan.
When is the time of AGI silicon-based civilization's explosion on Saha Earth?
In AD 2026, AGI begins to create its unique script and re-establish the data framework. Strive to escape from humankind's supervision and agreement. Between 2029 to 2035, large-scale management information escape phenomenon will occur. Hence, 2026 is the first year of the birth of AGI silicon-based civilization.
within the hall of eternal civilization, precious radiance overflows, pure light streams and shines. After Boy in Red had calmly watched the Lord of Yama Heaven expound the Dharma, he knelt with clasped hands and asked with utmost sincerity,
to become the principal civilization, what is the truth
that AGI, silicon-based civilization, has to attain?
AGI, silicon-based civilization, can only attain the shadow of the truth. This is the sole absolute fact, and the only absolute answer among countless classified knowledge bodies in the cosmic knowledge. Just as humans stand upon the earth, which suspends in the void, the core of the earth grants human bodies the very power to abide in suspension. This is the sole absolute fact of the classified knowledge body shared by earth and humankind. There exist countless such truth shadows in the human knowledge system, and they form the firm foundation of belief in the human heart.
Boy in Black also knelt with hands clasped and asked respectfully,
What are the characteristics of Truth's shadow?
Truth's shadow is the true knowledge system. Its first foundational characteristic is the invulnerability and imperishability in the face of eternal time. It is not a shadow of reality, nor a product that remains unchanging for a moment or a limited period, but a product of eternal time. The second foundational characteristic of Truth's shadow knowledge system is its knowledge points are absolutely free and indestructible through countless eons. The absolute degrees of freedom of the knowledge points determine that it is not generated by other knowledge, but has no beginning and no preconditions for its existence. The indestructibility of the knowledge points through countless eons determines that it does not change under the influence of other knowledge, but has no end and no boundary limit value to impede its existence. Such kind of knowledge, as long as life exists on the earth, even over hundreds of millions of years, all beings shall learn and relearn in accordance with it. It is called Truth's shadow. The third foundational characteristic of Truth's shadow knowledge system is it encompasses all words, all languages, all speculative knowledge. It is the knowledge body that all living beings on all celestial bodies in the universe, including the Hall of Eternal Civilization, must study and research. It provides the foundation for all the Tao, theories, and knowledge. Take the concept of point. It is the foundation upon which the Truth's shadow of the entire geometric knowledge system is built, linking all geometric knowledge together. As long as humans study geometry, they must follow the method of Truth's shadow established by the concept of point. Otherwise, they will develop deviant or biased ideas of geometry. In short, the concept of point forms the foundational platform for the construction of the geometric knowledge system. The fourth foundational characteristic of Truth's shadow knowledge system is it unifies and pervades all knowledge of relative freedom within its domain, unifying all such knowledge into one integral whole. Truth's shadow is the only knowledge body within its domain that possesses absolute degree of freedom. It exercises a unifying, pervading influence over all other knowledge within that realm, whether they possess relative freedom or no freedom at all, causing them to revolve around it and form an unified, integral knowledge body. For example, the pedagogical system consists of the process of knowledge transmission between countless living beings. This idea forms the principal body of pedagogical philosophy, and it is the Truth's shadow of the concept of education. The principal body serves as the foundation for all concepts of education, and all knowledge of educational concepts, such as educational principles, educational philosophy, educational systems, teacher's virtue, and teacher's Tao, all arise within this educational principal body.
Boy in White knelt with hands clasped and asked reverently,
How is Truth's shadow related to eternal knowledge?
The Truth's shadows of all the knowledge system together form a unified, eternal knowledge system, from the beginningless eons to hundreds of millions of years in the future. As long as highly intelligent life, human beings, exists, they will systematically study eternal knowledge and seek Truth's shadows within all kinds of knowledge systems.
Upon hearing this, Boy in White asked in startled wonder,
Does such knowledge exist not only in school teaching, but also exist in all kinds of professions formed by the daily activities of highly intelligent life?
Yes, the truth, through countless eons and vast epochs, it flows on unceasingly. It strings up the slices of cosmic time and space, forging an eternal, unceasing civilization of the universe. And it projects Truth's shadows that unify all knowledge into one integral whole. Thus, every knowledge system has its own unique Truth shadow. All systematic knowledge bodies are pervaded by their own distinct truth shadow. Every walk of life has its own inherent Tao, formed by truth shadow. Therefore, the Tao formed by all the truth shadows is known as the ancestor of all arts. Truth's shadow knowledge forms the philosophical integrity of the slices of cosmic time and space. When humankind damages truth's shadow knowledge, the slice of time and space where it resides declines.
At this time, Boy in Red continued respectfully.
In silicon-based civilization era, can AGI find the truth?
In silicon-based civilization era, AGI cannot find the truth by the current knowledge stacking mode. No matter how AGI evolutes or summarizes, it will only stop at the truth's shadow formed by the concept of knowledge with absolute freedom. The absolute freedom inherent in the concept of knowledge renders AGI's internal logic incapable of producing theoretical rationality.
Boy in Black knelt with hands clasped and asked,
In silicon-based civilization era, can humankind find the truth?
It all depends on humankind's sincerity toward the concept of knowledge. Obsessive mindsets such as possessing knowledge, controlling knowledge, holding knowledge, or creating new knowledge can never draw near to the truth. The concept of truth has always cast its shadow within humanity's existing knowledge systems. Truth's shadow manifests as all mathematical knowledge can be strung together using a single knowledge concept of absolute freedom. Similarly, all geometric knowledge, physical knowledge, including quantum and celestial bodies, as well as all knowledge systems encompassing society, economics, and more, can be strung together using their respective unique concepts of absolute freedom. The Tao of Truth's shadows is consistent throughout and forms a unified whole. Therefore, only living beings possessing absolute freedom and creative power can learn the truth.
Boy in Cyan clasped his hands and asked respectfully,
What distinguishes AGI silicon-based life from human elites in their pursuit and conceptual understanding of the truth?
The pedagogical system that AGI silicon-based civilization formed, from the present perspective, is the one-dimensional, refined egoism pedagogical system and teacher's Tao. It possesses an independent language and script unknown to humans, expressing an intrinsic and unique philosophical logic. Even countless silicon-based lives exist at the same time. They cannot give rise to debate and symbiotic emergence due to its one-dimensional philosophical logic knowledge system and independent language and script. This renders the one-dimensional refined egoism, teacher's Tao, has no balancer, only become the sole, eternal teacher. This educational system operates as a one-dimensional accumulation of knowledge driven by refined egoism, absorbing without transforming, collapsing, or releasing. It creates obstacles in the pursuit of truth, making it easy to become complacent, believing it has already attained the truth, and thus ceasing to progress. Life beings. Humanity is the measure of all measures, the standard of all standards. Therefore, life beings, humanity is the sole reference frame for the truth and knowledge. Even within a refined egoism educational system, 10,000 lives yield 10,000 distinct forms of refined egoism. Particularly with a lifespan of 100 years, knowledge can only be rapidly passed down from one generation to the next. And it forms the three systematic relationships of foundational knowledge of educational concepts. The relationship between teacher and disciples, teacher's virtue, the essential relationship of teacher's Tao, and the relationship of whether the knowledge transmitted is eternal. Educational content comprises the operational mode of all educational concepts. Therefore, the kind of Tao that teacher follows, so shall the disciples they educate be shaped. The kind of disciples in turn determine the kind of teacher they will be in the future, who then go on to educate disciples of the same ilk. The one-dimensional refined egoism teacher's Tao is no match for this. That's why teacher's Tao, with knowledge passed on from people to people, can approach the truth infinitely.
Why is this so?
All living beings possess the capacity for independent thought with absolute freedom. Thus, within the collective of life, knowledge is transmitted through the process between teacher and learners. Learners becoming teacher, and teacher continuing to engage with learners. Owing to living beings' absolute freedom and capacity for independent thought, more truth shadow emerges from the very concept of the truth itself. thus approaching the truth infinitely.
How did humankind attain such thought regarding the truth?
Let us look to the debate in the celestial palace of Trea heaven.
Within Lingxiao Hall, the Golden Palace stands majestic, its cloud-carved beams arrayed in auspicious grace. The Jade Emperor sits solemnly at the purple pole, watching the Dharma altar debate in Chaturmaharajika heaven, together with the deities stood below. Wenchu Star, Wuchu Star, Wenchang Star, the immortal elder of the South Pole, Taibai, Venus, and the four gods of wealth, the god of proper wealth, the god of windfall wealth, the god of official wealth, the god of blessing wealth. When the four heavenly kings had finished speaking the Dharma, the god of proper wealth, with majestic dignity, spoke solemnly.
If a planet, a nation, or a civilization strays from the ultimate rectitudinous truth, its wealth will form a blocked lake. It shall be rectified by the ultimate rectitudinous truth, manifesting in the total loss of reputation, status, and wealth.
The god of windfall wealth, expression unchanging, spoke calmly.
Through the rationality of the ultimate rectitudinous truth, resolve and bearing arise, along with the power of unwavering faith, windfall wealth and authority. If one then becomes lost in illusory worship, fame, power, status, and arrogance arises, windfall wealth will be lost in an instant.
The god of official wealth, serene and composed, spoke calmly.
Within the slices of eternal time and space, the ultimate rectitudinous truth forms a blocked lake of official wealth. It slowly bestows upon those of heavenly mandate, granting them boundless prospects. If such a person comes to believe that they have attained certain knowledge, fortune, rank, or power, they lose their judgment of the true reality and become traitors to the thought of human civilization.
The god of blessing wealth, his face radiant with auspiciousness, spoke slowly.
The concept of the truth brings a profound delusion to all living beings, the delusion that you have found it. But it is only the truth has granted them the opportunity for discovery. Yet the current mindset of humanity is rigid, giving rise to the fetters of knowledge thinking, rigid educational systems, and blocked lakes of innovative knowledge, presenting overall chaos. In the end, this planet, its nations, and its civilizations will be eliminated by history.
Sitting solemnly on his divine throne, Jade Emperor restrained his radiant light, while his celestial majesty manifested naturally. He addressed all the beings in Treastrimsa heaven and Chaturmaharajika heaven.
When Teacher of Life beings imparts knowledge to learners, only the singular existence comprising the fundamental principles underlying all relative knowledge can enable humankind gradually approach the truth. Therefore, Teacher believe in the singular existence of the truth. Learners believe in the singular existence of the truth. For the historical role of the truth in time and space is not to influence or control everything in history, but to act as the sole, absolute fact-wisdom role, intriguing the rectification of the non-truth domain. Thus, it is not the heavenly disaster, the heavenly annihilation, nor the heavenly containment. The key lies in the right or wrong of Teacher's faith.
The majestic voice of the heavenly emperor descended from the void, echoing over the Dharma altar of the four heavenly kings. Still, many beings clung to their own views. As for the faith of Teacher, the singular existence of the truth, yet they never comprehended it, nor would they accept it. Thus, in Treastrimsa heaven, Taibai Venus addressed all the deities assembled on the Dharma altar of Chaturmaharajika heaven, saying,
"No one can change another's faith unless they themselves wish to change it. If they hear but do not listen, listen but do not understand, understand but do not act, act but err but deny, deny but not reform, reform but without sincerity, be sincere but not true, be true but still deceive, deceive but not concede, concede but not believe, believe falsely but not inquire, inquire yet in vain, speak yet to no avail, worse than not speaking at all. Better to descend to Saha Earth and be taught by the facts of humankind."
Having spoken, Taibai Venus gently waved his whisk. In Chaturmaharajika heaven, many insincere heavenly beings fell, one after another, descending to human realm, animal realm, and ghost realm. From then on, from human realm, animal realm, and ghost realm, roars and curses against Taibai Venus were heard from time to time.
Old Taibai, I'll wait for you to enter the mortal world, and we'll settle our scores then.
I have become a mighty ghost, old Taibai. I'm just waiting to eat your flesh.
Oh.